Good morning, YouTube. I think I'm live. No, I'm not live. I'm just uploading. Okay. Ooh, this is not the most flattering picture of me. Like I got hat hair or something. Anyway, and I'm bottom big. Told y'all I was bottom big. It doesn't matter. Anyway, let me stop rambling and get on with it. I just noticed the picture. Okay. I'm gonna get over it. I'm gonna move on. So my title. Play chess. Y'all know it's often said. We hear that a lot. Play chess, not checkers. And I'm really into the bigger picture of things. That's why I have this picture of this big old chess game. Um, and what does that really mean? A lot of times we repeat things and not really know what it really means. Um, Chess, not checkers. So what's the difference? The game of checkers, a goal is to avoid getting captured. That's pretty much the goal, is to avoid getting captured, and waiting to see what your opponent will do before you figure out your next move. So they move, you move, trying to figure out what they're going to do for next. They move, you move, and basically you're trying to capture and not get captured, pretty much. Okay. Checkers is a simple game with a simple objective: eliminate the player's the player's pieces. There's very little thought as a defensive strategy, and it's often more reactive than strategy. Because again, you're reacting. Um, you know, you can't anticipate what they're going to do. I guess you could, but checkers is checkers can be depending on who you're playing. When I'm playing my mom, checkers can be very complex because, you know, I'm always trying to outdo her. But for the most part, in comparison to chess, it's not a complex game. In chess, the way to beat your opponent is by gaining control of the board and setting up conditions to win. You got to set up those conditions to win in chess. Chess requires a greater understanding of the ability of each of the 9 different pieces on the board in a risk assessment. Okay? In other words, you know how people say be proactive rather than reactive, and which is one of my most favorite saying. Be proactive rather than reactive. Reactive is checkers. Proactive is chess. Okay? Argue with me in the comments if you disagree. Argue with me. Let's argue, as people say. Both takes thoughts, but one is thinking in advance. Okay? Like I said before, you waiting on the checkers, you waiting on to see what the other person's going to do. But chess, you really thinking in advance. You really, you got to, react to what the other person's going to do, but you're really having a proactive thought about what your strategy is. And kind of relating this to life, that's the difference between reacting to circumstances versus proactively creating what we want to see and then thinking about the moves it takes to get there. In other words, what I do today, the choices I make today, affects my tomorrow. Using finances as an example, what I spend today is going to affect my tomorrow because I'm not saving today. So I often say that even though you can afford something, like when I go into Walmart and I see something costs $4 or $5, of course I can afford that. But I'm also thinking about waste. Do I need it? Because every amount that you save today adds up for tomorrow. And I often talk about travel. That's how I can afford to travel, because I'm very careful in my spending. That's how I can afford to live where I live. That's how I can afford to pick what I drive. How I make my decisions affect my tomorrow. In other words, I gave an example of when I was married. One of the arguments or not really arguments. It wasn't a big deal, but one of the discussions that me and my ex used to have is that he felt like as soon as you get that bill out the mailbox, pay it. I was like, wait till the due date. Wait till the due date. Don't let me have a grace. This was back then. I'm not like that now. Shoot, I'm gonna work that grace. But paying your bills on time make your credit better. And if your credit is better, that means you're gonna get a lower interest rate. So there's a huge difference in a car payment if your interest rate is 1.5% or 2%, and if it is 9%. That's being proactive rather than reactive, because you're thinking it through ahead of time. And I'm just using the finances as an example. That could be anything. That could be dating. Think it through. What is the long-term repercussion of the decision that you're making? That's being proactive. That's thinking through what I'm going to do. A lot of times we do what we feel like is going to get us over or feel good at the time. But as you grow older, you find that doesn't really work in life. And so I'm often telling my children, a lot of things I say on YouTube is things I tell my kids. Think it through. I tell them, when they get ready to go out at night or they're hanging with friends or whatever, think it through. If I do this, what could possibly be all the outcomes of me doing this? And can I handle the repercussions of it? Whatever the repercussions, consequences, or outcome of it, is it something that I can deal with in life? We got to think those things through. That's being proactive. That's having a strategy. That's playing chess rather than checkers. And I always look at the bigger picture of things. And I got all off point, y'all. I am so scatterbrained today, y'all, because I haven't packed. I'm leaving tomorrow very early, and I have not packed, and I have so much to do today. It's crazy. But anyway, so back to the game of chess, which I'm using chess, not checkers, as my little topic today. But can I be honest with y'all? I don't like playing chess, and I'm still really getting stronger at it. I guess I can say I'm still learning, but I think everybody who plays is still learning until they finally conquer the game. But do you ever conquer the game? Because you might run up against an opponent that, have a better strategy to you. But for some of us, probably most of us, holding on to that pawn could be the very thing that's holding us back. Okay? Holding on to the pawn, holding on to that thing that we're used to in life could be the very thing that's holding us back. You ever heard the saying that says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result? For the most part, we do what we're used to. We do what we're accustomed to. But when you find that that's not working for you, do something else. For example, if you're dating the same type joker, women or men, if you're dating the same type joker and you're getting the same result because you want to be safe, so I'm gonna date this type, and you're getting the same result, maybe you need to switch that up. Stop using that pawn. Stop holding on to that pawn. Don't be afraid to let it go. When something's not working for you, don't be afraid to let it go. But we're talking about the game of chess. So in chess, don't be afraid to let that pawn go. Don't continue to hold on to it. Move the pawn in front of that piece that you rely on and value the most. Free it up. Keep moving pawns forward till they're all in a line. Okay. In other words, keep moving forward in life. Don't let fear hinder you. The Bible says, y'all know I'm going to hit the Bible. The Bible says that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but he's given us love and a sound mind. So don't let fear I'm not going to do this because of this may happen. Yeah, think about it. I just said think about the consequences and repercussions and how it may come out. But as you're thinking about that, then you also can think about, okay, if it happens, what is my next move? Okay, what is my next move? Build a defense around the king. So while you're moving forward and you're lining up, build a defense. You're building a defense around the king. That's what you're doing. So I'm not gonna make this long this morning because I got to get to work, and I think that I am the person that's in charge of our stand up this morning. But chess, not checkers. If you've been playing checkers for a long time, check out the game of chess. And I'm not talking about the actual games. I'm talking about in life. It's time to move it up. It's time to stop moving so carefully and fearfully. It's time to start being proactive. Yes, think it through, but then think it through and make a move. Don't make all your and I hope a friend of mine don't get upset that I'm gonna use an example. I was having a discussion yesterday with a friend, and she was saying that something happened and she saw it and she didn't do anything about it because she was so worried about the outcome of it that she didn't move on this situation. And because she was really worried, her concern was if I do this, which is what I want to do, what will other people think about it? What's going to be other people's reaction to it? Will other people attack me? Well, you can't go through life worried about that because we never know what people will do. People are funny. It's like you think they're going to go this way and they end up going that way. And my advice to her was to, in all your ways, acknowledge God and let Him direct your path, your path. Let Him show you which way to go. But you don't want to be limited or in bondage to making moves in life based on what people will do or what people will think. You have to do it based on what's your goal, what's your vision, what is it that you want to do, what is it that you want as a result of your actions or your move, and then move on that. And I know sometimes we have to deal with people in life. That's, we really do. But don't let them move your vision. In other words, don't build your life around people. Don't play chess. Chess again. I mean, not chess. Excuse me. I probably been mixing up these words because my mind is so far gone this morning. But don't play checkers. Stop playing checkers. Checkers is moving basically based on what that next person just did. No more of that. Stick to your strategy. Stick to your strategy. What is your vision? What is your goal? Okay? And then start moving your pawns forward according to that. Don't be afraid to move your pawns. Okay? All right. So that's I probably shouldn't have used chess because again, I'm getting better at it, y'all. Though I'm really getting better at it as I'm learning to understand it better, and again figure out what I think that what I was doing before was I was trying to take other people's strategy and use it for me. But as I'm beginning to understand the game better and what really works for me, and that's life. As you begin to understand the game of life better and what works for you, then you get stronger at it and you get better at it, and then you can go capture that king. Y'all have a great Wednesday. I hope today is Wednesday. Y'all have a great hump day. God bless you.